What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of More Seasoning. I am your host, Farnum, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. I really want to start being more consistent and being able to upload more on this YouTube channel. And with the time that it takes to film my full recipes, edit, and upload, I do it all myself. It's just unrealistic to get more than one video a week up with my current situation. So I decided to make a new series on this channel, and we're going to call it Simple Seasoning. It's based off my Instagram. I'm always making simple, quick little meals on there, salads, breakfast, homemade sauces, and people always want me to make YouTube videos about it, but they're just not long enough. So that's where Simple Seasoning comes in. We're gonna do shorter videos, straight to the point, and they're gonna be super beginner friendly, but still taste incredible and amazing. So without any further ado, I present to you episode 1 of Simple Seasoning. What up? Voiceover time, guys. Yeah, so we got a red onion right here, and this is gonna be the heart of our pickled onion. And truth be told, you only need a few ingredients to make them. You need a red onion, some white distilled vinegar, and some kosher salt, and that's all you need. But those are basic pickled onions, and this is more seasoning, so you already know we're not gonna do that. I've actually got 3 bomb-ass recipes for you guys, and the ingredients you're gonna need for these are a red onion, white distilled vinegar, kosher salt, garlic, thyme, black peppercorn, mango, Anaheim chili, jalapeno, cilantro, fresh ginger root, a lime, and sugar. All right, this is the mason jar. Our pickled onions are gonna live in this guy, so please make sure to sterilize it and get it nice and clean before you start. We're gonna start with our classic pickled onion recipe, which is incredible. So we're gonna take a knife and top right off, bottom right off, and then we're gonna slide it right through the middle, half that onion, and peel away that first layer. Then we're gonna take our knife and slice down the side of this red onion. We want these to be fairly thin, right around 1/2 centimeter, because that is the optimal thickness for absorption of our wonderful flavors and spices. As you can see, this is about 1/2 centimeter right here. Speed slice through that bad boy and take your mason jar and start shoving those red onions inside. Now, people like to throw hot water on these to make them fit easier, but you're losing flavor. So we're just gonna make it work by taking a muddler or back of a spatula, and we're just gonna push those puppies down. Then you're gonna take your garlic cloves, go ahead and press down and check for any cuts, none. So then we're gonna take the skin, peel it off there. Yep, peel, peel, peel. Smash that other one down, and this is gonna release a lot of flavor, and we're just gonna plop those suckers in there. All right, now we're gonna take our black peppercorns, 12 to 15 in your hand, and just drop them in there. So complicated, but is it though? Next, we got our fresh thyme. We're gonna take a few sprigs, no more than 3, because this is some powerful shit right here, guys. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and shove it in there, make sure we got everything nice and neat and tight, and this is your classic pickled onion recipe. Moving on to our chili mango pickled onions, which are incredible, and you know how we're gonna start this. Top off, bottom off, slice through, skin it, slice it, shove it, bop it. I had to. Okay, take your mango, peel that thing. These are kind of a bitch to cut, so do your best. There's an oval pit, so as you can see, I'm just slicing around, doing my best not to remove a fingertip. When you got your mango cleaned, you're gonna go ahead and take half of it for this recipe and chop it up into small pieces. Then take half of the half, put it into a cocktail shaker, and follow it up with a beating from a muddler. Once you have everything nice and muddled up, you're just gonna take a spoon and slide it on into that mason jar, like so. Now go ahead and take the rest of your thinly sliced mango and top that off. Then take a muddler to make some room for our chilies. Then your jalapeno, thinly sliced. Don't de-seed, don't devein. The pickling liquid will remove the heat. Take your peppers, drop them on top of that mango, then grab your muddler and go ahead and finish that off. We're slicing, we're dicing, we're moving on to our sweet and tart pickled onions. You're gonna grab some ginger, go ahead and peel the ginger, do a rough chop on this, followed by a fine chop. And I would say I used about 2 inches worth of fresh ginger root, and you're just gonna top your onion off with that. We're gonna take some fresh cilantro and we're just gonna diagonally slice it to remove the leaves and no stems, and run a few cuts through the middle, through the side. We don't want to go too crazy with the cutting here, and then just top it off. Now we're not going to use pickling liquid for this. For this one, we're going to use 3/4 cup of sugar, and then we're going to roll out about 7 limes. We're going to slice them right down the middle and half them, and then we're going to squeeze them all into our measuring cup. Once squeezed, we're going to whisk until the sugar is fully dissolved. And now our prep work is done for all 3 of our recipes, our chili mango, our classic, and our sweet tart pickled onions. So let's move on to the pickling liquid. Okay, I've got a 3.5 quart saucepan, and in order to fill 2 of these jars up, I'm going to use 2 cups of water, 2 cups of white distilled vinegar, which happens to be this entire bottle. Then we're gonna bring this thing to a boil. Once we are about boiling, for every cup of liquid we use, we are going to add 2/3 tablespoon of salt. So if you wanna do quick maths, that would be 4 of those. Once your salt is in there, you're just going to whisk until everything is fully dissolved. Now, you're gonna take your pickling liquid and carefully pour it over the top of your pickled onions. Take a muddler and go ahead and just compress everything a little bit. They're gonna soften up, so it's gonna make a little bit more room in there. Go ahead and top it off just a little bit more. Now you're gonna repeat the same step with your chili mango, pickled onions. Make sure you leave a little bit in the saucepan so we can go back and forth, which we are doing right here. Oops, spilled a little bit, and boom. Everything looks nice and topped off. Woo. Now we're gonna use that lime and sugar for our tart and sweet pickled onions. Like I said, I ended up using 7 limes at the end of the day for this recipe. We're just gonna go ahead and shake everything up, make sure everything's looking nice and incorporated, everything's got a good mix on it. And once these are all mixed, you're just gonna let them sit until they're room temperature. Once they're room temperature, shove them in your fridge for about 3 or 4 hours and they'll be ready to go. I'll show you what the finished version looks like now. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Incredibly unique, super tasty, elegant, bright, just incredible red pickled onions. This will take your pickled onions from 1 to 100, no doubt. In fact, we've had somebody that's been snacking on them all day, which is why they're all pretty low.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm like Zendaya in Euphoria.
Oh
when she's in the
yeah.
hospital, like surfing on her IV.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, I didn't know that pickled onions were like a thing that like took a meal from like 0 to 100. So damn good. My favorite is the regular one because they're so garlicky. And I literally just have been sitting there like picking up like globs of them and just eating them literally like an appetizer. I'm not someone who's like crazy about onions in general, but this is different since they're pickled. They're so full of flavor.
So full of flavor.
I look like such a
And
idiot.
even these ones, if you guys are intimidated by the heat, because they're pickled, it's actually not spicy. You're just getting like the taste of the chili without the heat. And plus the mango sweetens it up. So those are pretty amazing.
Please tell them that I'm not in a good place right now. This isn't always how I look.
She's got plantar fasciitis. Her foot hurts. She's limping. She's doing an IV. She's in a bad place. But she's in a better place because of these incredible pickled onions.
Yeah.
There you go. These are gonna be your ones that are soaked in the lime. They'll have sweetness from the sugar, and then that cilantro will brighten it up. So these are gonna go good on anything shrimp, anything fish. These are gonna pair up beautifully. Anything you want a little bit of, I wouldn't say heat, but kick. This just has a ton of flavor to it. These are amazing. These could go on a salad, amazing on barbecue, anything barbecue, a burger, these would be great on. Salads, yes, you can put them on salads. And of course, the classic with the thyme, garlic, and black peppercorn are just good on anything. These are just like the all-around winners. There we have it. So obviously, this is our first episode of Simple Seasoning. We're gonna have some kinks and it's gonna get better over time, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please make sure you subscribe, like, and drop a comment down below. Yeah guys, appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next episode of Simple Seasoning. Thanks.